Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. First things second. I love your priorities, Plum. They're
Poison Darth
spectacular.
Frog just resubscribed for 52 months. A Sarel with SGL made a CLP at MB Hatha GR. Bums.
Okay. This is a spectacular start to stream, and now I have to like track back and figure out what happened. First things second, Plum, I do love your priorities. Congratulations, sir. You are the first viewer to redeem first to the stream, so you get to be first. But also, Plum, thank you very much for redeeming word of the stream. So I will get that up. Oh, Plum, you have to see, because you were not here last time. But Poison Darth Frog stepped in, and we got Musha Mushsteria Moostress of Mooshness, which is the moosh version of one of Poison Darth Frog's characters. Very, very cool.
Plumberry just resubscribed for 40 months. Coley's anxiety.
Anxiety. Just so much anxiety. I love that. Okay, so Poison Darth Frog, that wound up. Ah! Toby! Hey! There's so many people here. This is really lovely. Welcome in, everybody. I do have to do the word of the stream, and I do have to do some other things, and it's fine because today's just going to be chaos no matter what. Welcome in, everybody. It is lovely to have you here. Hello, Nim. Nice to see you. Hi, Plum. Hi, SMK. Hello, Kate. Hello, Tobias J Art. There we go. I love that name. That's so blunt. Bluntly what it is. Welcome in. Hello, Poison Death Frog. We are aiming for a hype train apparently, which happens sometimes, not as commonly, but thank y'all so much for that. Thank you, Poison Darth Frog, for the resub, and thank you also, Plumberry Muffin, for the resub. Y'all are very, very sweet, and it is lovely to have you. People are here. It's crazy. Anyways, if you haven't been here in a while, or if you're new, or if you're just here, because technically, I realized this, and this was very funny. This is technically my affiliate anniversary, and it just happens to be on a Wednesday when I'm streaming. So that was really fortunate. I'll say that. That was incredibly fortunate. Anyway, welcome in all y'all. If you haven't been here in a while, I'm Lady QEW. I really enjoy Nintendo content, so I tend to play Nintendo on this channel. And for the last 2 years, maybe more than 2 years, maybe 3 years at this point, I've been playing through my collection of Legend of Zelda games. I played through all of my Paper Mario games. I played through all of my, I played through a bunch of, series that I have, and then I decided I was going to start Zelda right from the beginning, and I was going to make an attempt to 100% all of the games. So that's going, slowly. Poorly? I'm not sure. But we've made it to Twilight Princess, and so we're here and we're terrified. I'm not sure we want to be here. Hello, Mexico. Welcome in. It is lovely to see you. I do think I started in January of 2023, which means I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and at some point I'm gonna have to call it in and just stop. But I still have a bunch more to go, I hope, maybe. You made your way up to bed, got ready, got in, opened your phone, and it was Wednesday! Everything was panicked. Panicked! Panicked! Well, you did a very good job despite your anxiety, and thank you very much again for redeeming word of the stream. I will get to that. You only moosh twice is a really funny one, and I enjoy it. Listen. So, lovely folks, thank you all so much for the little affiliate anniversary messages, for the resubs, for all that sort of thing, because I do really appreciate it. I enjoy hanging out here. I enjoy chatting with y'all. I enjoy just existing. And sometimes I enjoy playing Zelda as long as there are no spiders. So this is what we're aiming for. We're hoping to have a spiderless stream. That's the goal. That's pretty much the goal all of the time. 100% of the time. And I think we're going to do well because there's a lot of snow. And snow usually is less compatible with bugs as being the enemies. So fingers crossed that this is just going to be smooth and happy and delightful. I had completely forgotten it was my affiliate anniversary, entirely. I'd kind of forgotten that was a thing. So I enjoyed the coincidence of all of it landing together in the same place. So welcome everybody. I am very happy to have you. And let's write some things. All the bits that you had left, Poison Darthfrog. That's so many bits. Thank you so much for those bits. On that note, however, Poison Darthfrog, the joke that you posted, I need to read through it mentally because you tripped the politeness index on the TTS, and it was having none of that. Got it. I understand that's a fairly funny joke, but I also understand how it got confused. That was very funny though, because she just kind of was spelling out some of the letters and not all of the letters. It was a great plan, just a full crash out. She did not want to read your message, Poison Darthfrog, and I would apologize for that, but I do have the settings on a specific way. Okay, so I have to word of the stream, and then Mexico, thank you for redeeming Let's Go to the Lobby, aka Eat Everything, which is, for long-time viewers of this channel, we all know that that's a redemption that I made literally just for you, Mexico, because Mexico really likes making sure that I get my snacks, and so has a tendency to redeem all the food-relating stuff. You've been working on that sentence ever since she said no to the word grass. That makes sense, I remember that. We were like, what is her problem? And went back through it and like, dang the settings, yo. So we have you only moosh twice. Okay. I'm trying to make the moosh part the biggest because obviously moosh is the most important aspect of this word of the stream, since moosh is our bestest best friend in all of Zelda. He has been with us since Link's Awakening, or was it since the Oracle's games? Who remembers? I don't remember. Definitely the Oracle's games, possibly earlier. But we kept him. So you only moosh twice, except we have had many more mooshes than two. But you only moosh twice. Them's the rules. That was great. Thank you, Plum, for that again. And Poison Darthfrog, you are currently the last. We'll see if that holds up, or if something changes. Okay. Thank y'all. Y'all are wonderful. I'm so happy to see you. Hearts and hugs to everybody. What a sweet community. So now, snack time. We're gonna start with... Okay, so the Let's Go to the Lobby eatery is basically a hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. A dehydrate, a seasonal candy, and a non-seasonal candy, which is somewhat flexible because it's July. And so I'm gonna have a couple of candies. As long as you got first last, that is the goal. Well, you got last, and first last, and probably a few other versions of it. So well done you. I have my Mr. Dress Up mug again. I just want to remind people that I'm a bit of a nerd. We're fine. So there's my hydrate. For my dehydrate tonight, Mexico, last time I had a really cool new thing. Are we gonna get traumatized? Probably. So here's the thing, chat. I remember last week, I felt like I was doing great in this dungeon. However, I also remember this Yeti boy who lives in this house and his sweet little wife who is sick. I love them. I would die for them. They are amazing. And that means I have accidentally given this game the power to hurt me. And we do not trust Twilight Princess with this power. I have been steadfastly attempting to resist getting attached to anything in this game because I do not trust this game at all. And I accidentally whoopsied, and I have 2 new best friends, and I am very, very terrified as to what's going to happen to them. So, time to get traumatized is how I feel. So instead of Ruffles, I have Doritos today, just the Cool Ranch kind because I didn't want to buy dip, and so I can't get the sweet chili heat. But I do have the fixings to make a dip, which means I might get them for next week. But anyway, here's my dehydrate. Eat something salty to undo all of my hydrating work. It's dangerous to go alone. Stay inside where it's nice and warm. I mean, to be fair, currently it's pretty nice and warm outside too. Blunt force trauma. I genuinely love the deliberate mispronunciation of that word. Time to get traumatized. We'll be fine. We'll live through whatever they throw at us. I have no doubt. Okay, 2 candies. So, my non-seasonal candy that has nothing whatsoever to do with the seasons. I don't know if you guys are going to remember these, but probably. It might have been last summer. I did a month where there were just a bajillion jelly beans on offer, and I actually found the nerd version of what I purchased. I had done a work trip to the US. This is so much context for people who forgot last year existed, because I forget things like that all the time. So I had done a work trip to the US, and I had found, because it was shortly after Easter, I had found several different types of jelly beans that I'd never had before. Nerd, Starburst, Skittles in jelly bean form. And this was fascinating to me because I love jelly beans. They're one of my favorite candies. So I had purchased them all, brought them back. You could make me eat a jelly bean. It was very delightful. I had it on for a month. And I finally found in Canada the nerd version of the jelly bean, but they're not actually called jelly beans up here. They're just called giants or something like that, which is super weird, but they're the exact same product. And so I thought that was really fun. Oh, did I notice? I don't think I saw anything. And so that's going to be my non-seasonal candy, because I think that's really fun. Meanwhile, I'm just refusing to move on. I refuse to acknowledge that it's July. Mostly because I love these. Well, Mexico noticed something. These are little sour rainbows. They are extremely sour. Uh-oh. Nim, that's called a critical failure right there. Oof. Listen. Ooh. What was it called? Was it called that? I remember my own commands, chat. After rolling 2 2s, a 10, and a 1, we need a new die. Look at that, it worked! Thank you for testing it, Poison Darth Frog. It was very important that we get rid of the old die. Okay, that's actually solidly unhinged. We threw away the old die, got a new die, and now everyone's rolling okay. And, thankfully, I still remember how to spell my own commands. I'm pretty sure I didn't make that one. So I'm gonna read the message, but I'm pretty sure K. Menzel's the one who coded this. We did have to test it for science. Science. So K. Menzel's the one who made that command. Using the Mr. Destructoid robot. The current D20 has been tossed across the room and will no longer be used. The new one is much better. Love it. I remember when he put that in. That was very funny. Okay. So this is the mansion that we've been going through. We've been to a few places. And since I didn't want to reset everything, I did use the chicken. So kindly don't look if the chicken terrifies you. The chicken should terrify you. I don't want to go back to your mama. I never want to see your mama again. But I will. Ooh, that rainbow is so sour. Ugh. This chicken is even more sour. Right. Right. There are claw shot points. There's also a chandelier. Some fun stuff going on up there. Oops. Okay. I knocked them down into the nothing. Right, I forgot that there was nothing. I should have been significantly more careful when I was fighting those keys. It's too hot to be making soup. Correct. Why are you making soup? I want to live on this mountain, so I'd be cold and want soup. Oh, it's dinner time. I see. Okay, you're right. I'm making soup. And it is too hot for me to be doing that. But it's not too hot for Link to be doing that. He's helping with ingredients. This is how we're doing it. I am keenly frightened of falling. I do not trust Link at all. I heard and I saw. Yep. There's another one. Woo! Ah! Okay, so you slide on those things. Whoopsie doodles. Does this mean all the enemies are back? Or is it just the enemies that I didn't shoot into the nothingness? Come on. There you go. Come on. Okay, so we have to figure out how to get the keys from the next window without moving. Is Link Superman? You're so funny. Okay. So there's 2 chests in this room, and I obviously need to get to both of them. But how? Given that I slide. Do I have to jump? If I try jumping and it doesn't work, I'm a little bit worried about that. We had a pun. This is my favorite thing to do when there's a pun at play. Superman, obviously. Hello? This guy's being difficult. Okay. Okay, that time we did it without sliding off the world. I'm gonna try jumping this. Okay. I'm gonna try jumping again. Okay. I absolutely hate just trusting Link to do this well. letter B. This whole stream about ice and snow in the frozen cold on this mountain, brought to you by the letter B, which is in absolutely none of those words. B for boo. Insane. Okay. I want this one. What will this get me? Will this get me something exciting? The compass! Okay, that is actually useful. So what I remember about this house chat... Oh, I think I missed a treasure chest. I missed a treasure chest. I'm gonna have to fix that. B for bird. That's cold. I'll take it. B for soup if you're very dyslexic. Why would you boo Superman? He spreads love and soup everywhere he goes. How would you integrate a phone booth into the necessities of Superman? Soup or man? I'll take soup. Kate, no one. This is the new. If you're going through a forest, would you rather run into a man or a bear? Would you rather run into soup or a man? Soup, hands down, no question. Definitely soup. There's a bee. Okay, so we have the compass, which is probably a good thing because from what I recall, we are trying to assist in the not precisely. So directly what we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to find a piece of the mirror that was broken, the like mirror of Twilight, for Midna, who is the best being in all of creation, and I would do anything for her. And so of course we are going to find the broken mirror for her. So that's like the actual quest. But the side quest, because we do love the Yeti and we do love the Yeti's wife, is the Yeti's wife is not feeling well, and so the Yeti is making soup, and we are mistakenly finding ingredients for the soup. Is basically how this is coming across. So with soup it would be yep, yet another valid reason to choose soup instead of man. So she told us that we would find a key to the bedroom where the mirror is locked, in a specific treasure chest, and instead we found a pumpkin. And so she's given us an indication of a different treasure chest that we can try to look for, and I fully expect it to be another soup ingredient. So it's very good that we got the compass, because this will help us see all the treasure chests, and maybe we can just make her life easier, because she's clearly too sick to help us, and so she should just rest and we should just go. It is a supreme quest. You are completely correct. We should just be able to go open all the treasure chests. We shouldn't need her help at all. She can just rest. Poison Artifact, thank you so much for redeeming Dehydrate. I'm gonna have a snack of some chippy chips. My name is Michael with a B, and I am afraid of insects. Where's the bee? There's a bee? Okay, first of all, that is extremely funny. But second of all, have you ever heard of the British comedy show called The Sketch Show? I don't need that to be a yes. There was a group of British comedians who had like a little short run of like just a quick little television show, like a 20-minute thing called The Sketch Show, and it was just a little sketch followed by a little sketch followed by a little sketch followed by a little sketch. It's kind of like what Dropout used to do when they were College Humor, and they would just put like short videos on YouTube of like their individual sketches, but it's a TV show, and so it's just a compilation, an editing cut of all of their various sketches. And they actually did one that was about a phobia support group, wherein that joke is like repeated throughout the sketch for all of the group members as they are attempting to just introduce themselves. Stuff just keeps coming up to trigger one, to trigger the other. Like one of them's afraid of loud noises, and so when the one who's afraid of something else starts screaming, it makes the first one scream every single time, and so it's like bloop, 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 bloop. So funny. It just sounds like every British show. Okay. Okay. It does a little bit, but I enjoy it. You're finishing off two very different flavors and brands of chip bags. That sounds like a party in your mouth. Okay. So I think I'm done in this room. Which is good, because I think I forgot a treasure chest in the other room. Now I have to get back, though. I don't love that the camera just goes haywire. The funniest part, I guess this isn't something that's funny to anyone other than me. I believe one of the comedians in the sketch show is named Tim Vine. And so talking about the sketch show and then glancing down and seeing someone say, oh, it was Vine, I actually had to think about that for a minute because I was like, of course it was Vine. He's quite funny. And that took me a hot minute to get through. But hashtag never forget Vine. Can I even go this way? Or will it make me slide? Okay. We lived. We've lived so far. Chat, I don't know if this has been clear to anybody, but I have certain phobias that make playing these games extremely difficult sometimes. Oh right, I forgot about those guys. I probably could have clashed on my way back. Anyways, we walked! Oh, right. Right, those things are back. So apparently I missed a treasure chest somewhere. Come on. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on. To go back to the safety of the spot where they can't hit me when they do the wild swing. Come on. That's fine. You watched a few episodes of a British comedy with your British parents and noticed the story kept ending with things not resolved. I said, is it like Monty Python and just keeps moving on to the next story because they don't know how to finish? That's a very interesting observation. There are certainly different expectations of like what they want out of a story based on my experience of like watching TV from different countries. Like it's very clear culturally that like they don't experience TV the same way. Cheese soufflés and Miss Vicky's honey Dijon. Interesting. That's a comparison. Completely different levels of brittleness. Okay, so apparently we're gonna have to be very careful. Ooh, nope. Now we're gonna have to run away from the thing that is stalking us because we missed. Hello? Dude, go back to stalking us. Okay, he bounced away very dramatically. So I think I have to break down that wall to get to the treasure chest in this room, which, given the location of the cannon, is kind of annoying. Haha! I got him that time. I missed. Welp. We will use the cannon as our defense from the little bouncy ice cube. Are you kidding me? Listen. Okay, so this probably won't work with just me throwing this. I think we actually are gonna have to aim the cannon. Very unfortunate. So I think there are a few things that I noticed. Hello? I was trying to draw my sword, it didn't work. It's okay. That's fine. You don't need a sword. Ugh. I am very bad at aiming. Thank you, Cannonball, for protecting me. Haha! This is secretly how you're supposed to do this. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. So there's a few things that I've noticed. One of the things that I noticed, specifically was... Oh, wait, I don't think I can move it after I've loaded the cannonball. Shoot. That might have been silly. Haha! Yes, I can. Hello? Please stop? I didn't want to move it that much. Okay, so the cannon always goes in quarters. That's fascinating. I don't know how to get to that one. So one of the things that I've noticed about game shows is that American game shows tend to be unironically competitive. They are invested in actually being good at things. And so part of what makes most British game shows, or specifically panel shows, which are like kind of a subgenre of that, so much more fun, is that they are not actually competitive. They're like fake competitive. It reminds me a little bit of Whose Line Is It Anyway, which was a UK show originally and then got ported over to Canada, and it was where everything is made up and the points don't matter, and that's like a key piece for certain types of shows. Plum, please, get your butt some rest. I am gonna kick everything and fix soup. That's apparently what we're doing. I'm not entirely certain how to deal with the ice flow problem that I'm having, though. But that's okay. We're okay, right? That can go in there. Blow things up in that general direction. But, like... how do I get to the part that actually has a treasure chest? Because there's a treasure chest behind it. I know! So Canada copied a British... Actually, yeah. America copied a British show a few times. Several times. It's been known to happen. But there's also something specific that I have noticed about my experience, at least, with British shows. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is deliberate. But there seems to be absolutely no need at all for a British show to have you like any of the characters. There does not seem to be a requirement in the storytelling that any of these characters are sympathetic, that any of them are interesting, that you can empathize with any of them. Like, it actually is just a watching experience, even if they're all awful, even if you don't like a single one of them. And that is where I would actually point to The Office, which was originally UK and then was flipped over to The Office US. And part of the struggle of the first season of The Office US is that they used the same scripts and the people are all awful. There is not a single redeeming thing about most of them. And so they actually had to like readjust some of that for American audiences. Even Michael Scott had to be made sympathetic. He's still an idiot, but at some point he had to do a nice thing. Whereas his character in The Office UK, completely unredeemable and completely unrepentant about it. Light that man on fire. I would have no regrets. And that's kind of the point. Like, they're just doing different things. And that's really interesting as someone who primarily grew up with American television. Hello, Settle Down Beavis. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you and thank you very much. I forgot, but I'm streaming anyways. Yes. They just don't need you to care about anybody in any of their shows. And then you move things over to America, and for whatever reason, culturally on this continent, we like want to feel invested in these characters. We want to feel like we have someone to root for. And I don't think I had ever in my life watched a show until I watched The Office UK, wherein I was like, genuinely, I have no interest in rooting for any of these characters. Interesting. There's evil selfish, and then there's oblivious selfish. The latter is much more likable even when they cause problems. Yep, precisely. And there also exists potential for hope with the oblivious selfish, because the idea is that if you could make them not oblivious, that maybe they would make a non-selfish choice. Whereas the deliberate evil selfish is just like, get out, kick. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's fair. So not a single one of those characters is in any way likable or someone that you can sympathize or empathize with or connect to at all, because I have never seen that show. And if that is the point that you are making, Toby, I reaffirm that I have never seen that show and I will never watch that show, because that's not, they're all jerks and that's the point. Yep. 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 That's, yep. Yeah. That's fine. Oh, right. There's the thing up above this room that is freaking me out. Okay, so please don't come running at me. Please don't come running at me. Okay. So the problem that I'm trying to deal with is not these ice wolves, shockingly. Come on. Come on. I am stuck in the snow right now. Come on. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do a puppy on puppy violence. Be careful where I am, because I don't want that thing to spot me. Oh, come on. Come on. Why are these so hard? Okay, so there's one. And there's two. Thank you. Do we genuinely not get any respite from these? Ooh, I just did a puppy backflip. Nah, nope, you're going too close to the terrifying thing. With all of its glowing eyes. Okay. So the thing is, I need cannonballs. Terrified of the thingy. Isn't Seinfeld? Oh, interesting. That is a fascinating point, and it kind of makes me want to talk to Kim Menzel about it, because I have not watched a whole lot of Seinfeld, but I feel like I remember when I was like in my teens finding it amusing, and now that I'm an adult and I watched an episode, I was like, wow, he's just awful. Oh, I see. And so like I think I used to experience him as a reasonably sympathetic character, and I no longer experience him as that. However, what I would say, I'm fairly certain that the reason Seinfeld doesn't count is that both of the women in that show, and the dad, are actually all fairly sympathetic characters. And it's just... Oh! No, I was thinking of Frasier. Seinfeld. Okay. I also haven't watched a lot of Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld, George, Elaine, the tall guy, the crazy hair. I've never thought of that before. I wonder. So they did have, okay, again, from my very limited experience, they had a similar friendship vibe to the Friends on Friends, which is that like they don't treat their friends well. Like the four main characters on Seinfeld and the like six main characters on Friends do not treat their friends well. That is just a fundamentally true thing. But I think in terms of their externalizing, like their external lives, what they talk about and how they like interact with people that aren't the main group, I wonder if they have more like if they can be more sympathetic that way. You struggle with social awkwardness humor until I struggle with the concept of cringe real hard in TV. And I think The Office UK, I'm glad I watched part of The Office US first before I watched The Office UK, because I don't think I would have understood it as easily. I think I would have found it really, really hard. And I still found it really, really hard. There were just, every character just makes me want to smack them or like flick their foreheads. I'm like, all y'all need to go back to kindergarten and stop pretending to be adults. Friends was painful. There's so many sitcoms that are just extremely painful. You went from confusion to, oh hey wait, that's funny. I am so curious, Poison Darth Frog, if that switch happened, sorry, just because of things that I know, um, if that switch happened for you and you started getting it when they shifted away from the exact same scripts as the UK and started redrafting the episode concepts to match with the characters better. Like, I wonder if your flip matched the deliberate flip that they made to try to make it more presentable to the American audience. Well, to the North American audience, I probably should say. If Seinfeld's intention and Friends' intention was for them to be terrible, or if they were hoping for you to root for them. And yeah, that's kind of the point, because in British shows, it's very clear to me that I am not expected by the narrative, by the script, by any part of it, to root for any one of these characters. I am permitted to think that they are all awful, and the show's fine with that, and I'm fine with that, and everyone moved on with life, and it was great. And so, like, Friends clearly intends you to like have a parasocial relationship with these people and to like them and to want to be them and to want to be friends with them. That is 100% true of Friends. I am not sure of Seinfeld. I don't actually know if it requires that. For the chair model? Oh, hold on. Okay, I can't open the door. This is the problem that I had before. And I can't do anything over there. But I'm realizing I did not pull the lever, Kronk. Sir, this is a Wendy's. And then wrong lever. Okay, I think you're right, because I think this is the right lever. This is okay. What is the point of this? Like, this is just time consuming. Oops, I didn't mean to throw that. Please don't notice me. Terrifying thing with a million eyes. Please don't notice me. I'm fine. I'm not attempting to bomb a terrifying monster. Giant gumball machine. Is that how you're experiencing the monster, Poison Darth Frog? Because, like, fair. Whenever I see puzzles like this in palaces or temples, you like to picture the people who once lived and worked there having to do these puzzles daily? Yes. I don't know. Oh, I don't remember who told me this story. Someone told me the story, so if it was you, sorry, I'm going to tell it back to you because this is my stream and I do what I want here. So, someone was telling me about a D&D character. I have a suspicion who it is, and I don't think it was you, but I might be wrong. Someone was telling me about a D&D character that they designed that was spectacular. Like I love this D&D character, and it was a bugbear for the build, which is one of those weird like off builds because normally a bugbear is an enemy, and so normally you would not be able to play, but there was like some alternate rule or something in some book somewhere that let you play a bugbear. So character was a bugbear, and this bugbear was a little bit dumb, as want to be like a bit of a himbo, basically, because as that type of creature, intelligence was one of the dump stats. But basically, a little bit of a himbo, and so proud of himself because he is the very first bugbear in his entire family to actually get a job. And all of his family would like him to just be evil. And he's like, no, I will not be evil. I am going to have a job. And his job is he works for a company, a corporation within the realm, where the role that he plays is he goes into dungeons routinely and resets all the traps. And I was like, yes, that level of meta backstory is maybe my favorite thing in the entire universe, because I too enjoy thinking about this concept of like, hey, like for this one, I can understand some things. The ice didn't used to be like this because this didn't used to be a ruin, so there used to be a ceiling here. Or maybe there used to be less snow before Twilight descended and there was evil in the land. And so no, you probably didn't have to cannonball the snow. However, like the locked doors and where I find keys, I'm like, are you really just leaving your key in some other random room over here? Anyway, the point is that character backstory is one of the best things that I've ever heard in my life. And I murdered it. Chat, we committed murder. We are truly awful. How could we? I enjoy that when you kill it, it explodes into the little ones. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. I did my very best. And I am going to probably do it again because I want to see if I can blow up that and possibly even the ones on the side. Plus it's cold. I committed murder. Your puns are in fine form today, Poison Darth Frog. Well done. I just need to avoid the deep snow. I'll move faster if I avoid the deep snow. Okay. Now we turn it around again. I wonder if we're gonna get something like fire arrows in this dungeon. Because that's what I thought until we got the ability to just completely cannonball these. I refuse. Oh, that was just for a chest, I see. So I can't aim these on an angle, which is very annoying. Poison Death Frog, thank you so much for redeeming Ask Me Anything. If you were an NPC in a Zelda game, what random thing would you ask the Hero of Time to collect for you, and what would be your lame excuse for why you can't get it yourself? I am really enjoying thinking about this question. Let me tell you about the first series of thoughts that came to my mind. If I were an NPC in a Zelda game, I would certainly be an old lady sitting on something, probably in a slightly unusual location, and I would be there with knitting needles. However, I would not be there with yarn because a cat stole my yarn. And because I am a little old lady, I obviously can't go chasing after it myself. And so I need the hero of time, a savior of this realm, and someone who is clearly much too busy for this, to absolutely go hunt down this cat and roll up my yarn for me. And that is specifically what I want, is I want some kind of really stupid mini game wherein you have to first find the cat, then catch the end of the yarn, and then like race the cat to roll it up so that you get more than half of it rolled up before the cat gets like a bunch of it like clawed up so that you can actually take it away from the cat. And then you bring it back to me, the little old lady sitting on a bench who definitively did not move during any of that time because I absolutely refuse to move. I am old now. Why would I move? And that 100%, like, I when I was first like, oh, NPC in a Zelda game, someone that I like. Oh, an NPC that actually has a side quest. Interesting. And then when I got to the bit about your lame excuse, I was like, oh, it's definitely I don't want to get up. So how do I make I don't want to get up sympathetic? Yep. Just the kitty took my yarn. And of course, you can pet the cat, but only after you've taken the yarn away. I think I'm just gonna go through the door. That feels like the right thing to do, right? Cat Amari. I will not stop. Correct. Okay. So this is the correct direction for where the flag is, but I am frightened by it. And I am right to be frightened. Because if this is not a mini-boss... Okay, I'm trying to get a better look at him, and the camera is extremely uncooperative. Oh, we have learned some things. Okay, so this looks a little bit like a dark knot. But he's got a spear instead of a sword. He still has the ridiculous armor, which makes it relatively apparent that I'm probably going to have to hit him at the back. But the problem is I am playing Twilight Princess and I am not playing Wind Waker. And so this is where my Hyrulean self-perception is immediately an old lady. Actually, Poison Darth Frog, funny story about that. I don't think that it would ever be wrong, but part of it comes from the fact that, like, I don't think perceiving myself as an old lady in a video game universe would ever be an incorrect choice. Like, I'm 100% that. That is my personality. That is my level of engagement in whatever catastrophe is ongoing. Is it the apocalypse? Is the moon gonna come down and crush me? Okay. Like, I just don't have the ability to engage with some of the ridiculous aspects of these games. And so, like, that is the only thing that makes sense in terms of the reaction that I would be able to show, is just like, I'm a little old lady. But also, are we shocked at all? Excuse you, Toby. I beg your pardon. But also part of the reason that I thought of a little old lady on a bench who refused to get up is that I have patellar tendonitis currently in my right leg, which means walking, stairs, standing up or sitting down is really super heckin' painful, and I hate it, and my leg just doesn't work. It's great. And so I'm like very much in the vibe of like, I don't want to stand up. That's why I'm not doing this thing. You can do it for me, hero of time. I do not have time for all this world's ridiculousness. Why would I? I'm just being a little old lady. Anyway, the second I move, this guy is going to attack me, and so I need to learn what I can. So far, what I have learned is there are claw shots in the roof, which doesn't bode well because I'm really, really bad at, like, aiming. Anyway, so the little bit that I'm going to explain to y'all, I am not great at fighting. The like combat elements of these games are not my favorite, and so I really need the game to like work with me in terms of giving me hints on what to do, how to do it, and like be a little bit helpful in terms of letting me accomplish it, because I'm never going to be good at the fighting. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the adventure. I'm here for the puzzles. I'm here for the quest. I am not here for the combat. And so this is a mini boss. This is a mini boss that might require aim with my claw shot. This is a mini boss that I have a feeling I am going to have to get behind somehow. And in Wind Waker, they allowed that because they programmed a lot of really complicated stuff into your like defense, like your reaction. And so you could kill Dark Knots because you just had to press A at the right time while they were trying to fight you, and then you would slash their armor off, and that was adorable, and I loved that. And fighting them is actually quite fun in Wind Waker, and this doesn't look fun. Honestly, Nim, that is the best part of this game to remember, because we get to be the goodest boy, and that is all we need to be. That is the shining highlight of this game, and one of the only good things, Midna being the other good thing. All you need to remember. Okay, I have my doubts that this is gonna work. But I guess we could just die. That would be fine too. I don't know. Ooh, interesting. So I was given bombs, but I was given bombs for the cannon. Do we think bombs are gonna work on him, chat? I don't think arrows are going to work on him because he clearly has quite a lot going on that way. Is this the soup? That's the soup. Just in case I need some health. If I, like, start by claw-shotting the roof, do you think I'm gonna, like, damage... Huh. I have learned something, chat. What I have learned is that the armor on his back is less good than the armor on his front. Why are there two of them? Why is this room so symmetrical? I low-key hate what I've learned. Interesting. Okay. So maybe these guys are nothing and not a mini-boss? Ah! Cool. What? Where did you come from? Oh, you are scary. Hello? Can we please give me a useful camera angle for anything ever of all time? Okay. Ow! I have been crushed. Okay. Okay. So we gotta wait for him to throw? Whew! Can I try this thing again? Ow! Not very effectively. Hello? I don't like this guy. This boss sucks. I'm gonna have some soup. Thanks for the soup. He's got to do... Like, there's got to be a reason for these. Ow! He can get me even on the roof? Okay, well, I've hit him a couple of times. I can't tell if I'm damaging him. So he has a tail. That's what I've learned. The claw shots seem utterly useless to me. He can hit me on the roof. He just turns around with me. Why are they even there? I'm trying to engage with this room, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you know what we're gonna try? Ooh! That was fun. I'm gonna put that down. I was trying to get him to turn around before it exploded, and I can't tell if I succeeded at that or not. Whoop! I just rolled into the wall, but it worked! Kind of, yeah, he looks like an armored lizard guy that chases me on bridges. I have no idea how to goad him into launching. Mostly I just rolled back and forth a whole bunch. Wait. Hold up. I'm getting a Wind Waker flashback. I just get to keep his weapon. I just get to keep his weapon. We just get the weapon. Amazing. Okay. I now understand how we're gonna destroy the ice on everything forever. I don't need cannons anymore. Chat. I got a literal ball and chain. I got married! You know what? Okay. Again, this is my stream, and I'm gonna soapbox if I want to. So, Poison Death Frog. That is an amusing joke from the perspective of a pun because of the concept of ball and chain being metaphorical, but also, heck yeah, slap people with, I mean, ice. Yeah, totally the ice. Definitely meant for the ice. Definitely. I'm gonna smack everything with this ball and chain, don't you worry, Toby. That particular joke, though, Poison Death Frog, I know that you did not mean it this way, but that is very much a thing that when I hear comedians make that joke, when I hear that joke leveraged, I'm just like, guys, do you just, like, marry people that you don't like? Because I think I might understand what your problem is. Like, you should do what I do and marry someone who's, like, fun to be with, and it doesn't feel awful to be married to him. Maybe let's try that as a society in general. Just, you don't have to get married, and so why would you do it if you don't like them? And so sometimes I hear those jokes and I'm just like, don't be so mean to your partner. Be nice to them. Crazy concept. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Having a ball and chain. That is correct. If you want to have a good time, just give me a ball and chain. Ha ha! Okay. So that armor wasn't actually the bad guy last time, so I probably don't need to be afraid of it. But... oh! Yo! Oops. Sorry, man. Look at him carrying this. Look at how serious he is. Look at how big it is. Oh, I have to watch him throw this from, like, this angle. Oh, beautiful. He walks like he's encumbered, but he throws it like nobody's business. Oh, this is one of the funniest things about any Zelda game I have ever played, is when they do stuff like this, where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so heavy, and then he just yeets it across the room with no problem. Dang, that's hilarious. I got some goat. He walks like a pregnant. He knew. He sure knew. Ugh, food again. Yeah, I had a bad feeling about this. She didn't seem very sure of herself. Oh well, let's head back and hope she has some other brilliant idea. Yeah! I mean, to be fair, she is sick. Poor thing. Okay, so now I know how we're supposed to destroy the ice in that, like, other area. Oops. Well, thank goodness that friend didn't respawn. Sorry, why is that dude just... Ugh. The wolves are so hard to fight when you're a human. Whoops. Also very hard to fight when you're headbutting a wall instead of fighting one. The puppy on puppy violence is terrible. Absolutely cool. Oh, the humanity. Or the lack of humanity, depending. I just want to break all of these now. Oh. Want to send Pregolink through deep snow and see how long this takes? Because he's actually double encumbered right now. See? He's double encumbered when it's snow plus the ball and chain. Oh, that's too funny. Okay. Seriously? Hey. Wolfie, sweetie, I don't want to have to hurt you. Okay. Was it this room with the cannons? It was this room with the cannons. Now. Yep. Ah! Okay, these dudes are so much less scary when you have, jingle bells, jingle bells. Sounds a bit like... You were gonna suggest putting the ball and chain into the cannon and seeing if Link goes with it. Hilarious plan. No, I think it's too big to fit in the cannon, unfortunately. Okay. So first floor is looking good. Second floor has a lot of spots I haven't been to. Which is fair. Oh, I see my camera is having a little bit of an issue with where I'm standing. Once again, super well done in the coding. Camera shivering, it do be chilly here. Anyway, that's not the issue. Wolf? Friends. We should be friends. Okay, so what is the quickest way back? What is the quickest way back? Oops. This door, possibly? Oops, right. When I'm a wolf, I can't open doors. Whoops-a-doodle. Yes, hello, hi. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you in a second. First, I'm gonna pop over to your husband and give him some cheese, apparently, since this is just what we do now. Oh my gosh, is he gonna, like, knock me out again to get this cheese? Can I just offer it to you, dude? Ugh, needs punch. What? Good smell! What you have? Love him. Have I mentioned this is my new absolute bestest friend? Second only to Moosh. I love this guy. Perfect ingredient. I especially love it because when we saw Link holding the pumpkin and then he took it from us, the pumpkin was just so wee and little in his ginormous hand. Little more time on fire, it become gourmet soup, huh? Love it. Love it. Okay, we're gonna get some soup, we're gonna drink the soup to get our hearts back, and then we are gonna get some more soup. Hello. I would like some soup, please. Thank you. It smells quite cheesy. You smell quite cheesy, game. Perfect. Okay. So we can just keep making that soup. Like, that's fine. I think I remember, we put key in nearby room, so no forgetting, how I forget. Embarrassing, Okay. That is on the second floor. There, it must be. You look for me. Love that I keep opening up new ways of doing things. Now, I am noticing that there are 2 treasure chests in the first room that I didn't get. So I am thinking I am going to pop back there and just see how gettable they are. Soup herbs, soup. Hilarious. In Skyrim, you would Fusro dot people to swipe a cheese wheel. Yep. Okay, so the keys is still up there. That's interesting. I just feel like I heard something walking? What the heck? What do you mean there's someone up there now? Okay, well... Whomst and how? Huh! There's a dude patrolling up there now. Oh yeah, and there's that thing, which I can technically destroy. Okay, so supposedly, there's a treasure chest right here, so I'm gonna knock this armor down, I think. See where that gets me. Okay, I can see it. 2 hits. Her Dwight-like plan to have you assemble all these ingredients piece by piece until you find yourself in jail! So I am a little bit worried. The more she forgets, and the more she acts like this, that she's not actually a Yeti and she's not actually this Yeti's wife, that she's secretly some kind of villain in disguise who's manipulating our sweet friend. But I don't have any evidence to base that on. I'm just getting vibes. The letter Q. I don't think it was that one. I think it's actually this one. Oh! And some money. Nice. Interesting. Still can't actually get across. Woo! Okay. Yep. There were still slimes. That's fine. We don't need to be here anymore. We don't know anything about her identity. She is just a onesie with a face. Like, there's these little legs down here. Like, she does have feet. Because the feet are bare. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just suspicious. Okay, so there's that, but there's also that guy. Yeah, okay. So he is not stopping. Am I supposed to be quick about it? Yep, I'm supposed to be quick about it. Apparently. Whoop. Well, that was a lot of destruction. This is weird, though. Because there's supposedly a chest here, but I think it's above me. I haven't seen a tail. Okay, what's his spread and where's his opening? It's here. Interesting. Yeah, and see, now there's no chest symbol. So on the first floor, this is interesting. The lever. So I guess that might mean this is a chest that's supposed to appear when I do something, which is fair. I guess I don't know. This is open air and that concerns me. So that requires a small key. That makes me feel like the floor isn't safe. That's a cannon! How fun! Maybe I'm supposed to break the actual wall? Why won't my Pokeball work? They just keep dying. Whoop. Whoop. Nice. I was wondering if those would be one-hit KOs. Okay, this is fascinating, because that's a treasure chest that I want. And this room is borderline terrifying. Oh, there's a keys up there. How do I get to it? Probably from up there, you would think. So another friend is playing Ocarina of Time, and since that game and this game are directly connected, Link is the bad guy in both. Except when he's a good boy. Honestly, that seems true. Oh, I'm supposed to be able to push those forward. Okay. The Great Deku Tree only dies after you kill Goma. For all we know, the curse is just the tree's immune system. The Dying Knight in the corner of Castletown. He only dies if Link talks to him? Oh, that is embarrassing. Okay, I know where we are. I also know we can actually do something about that boy up there. But not yet. So I can get a cannonball up to the cannon. But, like, why? If I never talk to this person, they'll stay alive forever. Always use protection when you're near the hero of time. That seems like a fairly valid interpretation of all of these games. I don't know what we're doing, but I bet we need that. I, like, kinda wanna jump for this. What is that? What am I targeting? Oh. Awful. I am not positive that I wanted that as a movement skill in this dungeon. That is a lot to try to keep track of. You're just picturing everyone being like Aubrey Plaza saying, "Get back, rude word goes here," brandishing a butter knife at Link. That's kind of funny. When I think of Aubrey Plaza in connection to games like this, I always think of her appearance on Harmon Quest, wherein she was a gnome artificer who was super good at disarming bombs and refused to explain how she did it. And so this is like a live play D&D session. And so anytime she had to like pick a lock or disarm a trap or defuse a bomb, she would just be like, oh, okay, well, watch carefully, and take off her glasses and then just be like 3, 2, 1. And she kept rolling so high that they kept just being like, and the lock opens. And they're like, what did you even do? And she's like, didn't you see? And that is the funniest energy I've ever seen in a live play. Of course I've seen Harmon Quest. It's ridiculous. I think I've seen the first 2 seasons of it, maybe? I don't know that I've seen the entire thing. But I did definitely get to the finale that had like Nathan Fillion on it, and I was like, wow, why do you have such high caliber guests? Okay, so we figured out that room. We can't go anywhere. This is very frustrating because I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and everywhere has been the wrong place, and I don't know what this can- well, I do kind of know. I can't shoot anything in this room, I don't think. I mean, maybe I could try. But I think I'm gonna be able to shoot something through there once I've moved those stones. Which means... So will this break if I stand on it? It will not break if I stand on it. Chat. I need this to break. Maybe. Okay. Oh, hey, there's a treasure chest right there. That is so convenient. And there's a door over there. Oh, that was a heart piece. I wanted that to be soup. And a pit of nothingness. Understood. Where are we? Oh, that's the treasure chest we were sensing. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Very interesting, because that door does actually connect to the main room, so there is a way to get through it. It just doesn't help you. I need a small key. Oh, I have a small key. Ugh! Chad, I'm silly. Can I get that from here? Chad, I'm so silly. I forgot I had a key. Hold on. I could just go this way. Oh, fascinating. Claw shot target does mean... Ooh, I see. And we are supposed to do that. Okay, I understand how to progress. Apparently there's a treasure chest. Yep, I see it. Oh, dang, chat. Look at that. We have to triple jump the chandeliers. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it! Maybe. We might be extremely unsuccessful. But we're sure gonna try. The key was so small. Didn't even notice you had it. Oh, come on. Thank you. The microplastic and grommet. Whoop! Hello? Okay, so now we kind of have to wait for it to slow down slightly. Probably. Don't have to wait too much. Do I have to do this with speed? Because that feels like it might be too far. Ho-ho! We did it! Ah-ha-ha-ha-ha! Okay, that actually did feel kind of worth a piece of heart to me. So the easiest way to get back up is probably to claw shot and just do the one chandelier jump instead of doing a triple chandelier jump. Whoop! Right, these things. That's fine. I felt like I heard something. Okay, but there's no treasure chests over here. My map doesn't say it. What is the clunking? Something is very noisy and I don't know what. The amazing world of manhandles and gargle. Now you're getting into the swing of things. Ha ha ha. That's very funny, Poison Dart Frog. I am realizing that I'm not actually sure how this is helping me get to my destination. Oh, no, I see it. Okay. Taking the long way around the house, chat. Oh, this room seems cold. If you aim at them before they catch on that you're here, it certainly is less scary of a room. That was a lot of destruction. There are also several doors. And this. Ooh! I know what that is. Excuse me, Mr. Ice Keys. I am very busy. You have to wait your turn. I promise I'll kill you in queue. I really want the Ocarina of Time remake to have an arachnophobia mode. I really want most of the Zelda games to have an arachnophobia mode. Something that makes the spiders not scary and vaguely silly, even if the rest of the game is, like, slightly more realistically designed, because I cannot... Moskipo. Very funny. Because I cannot with the spider designs, and I need them to stop. I am too frightened. Okay, so there's a that way and there's a that way. There's more than one way. What have I been to on the first floor? I can't tell what I'm trying to do, but I think... Okay. So that needs a key. That's the way out. Ooh. So this is the door. Right. Okay, well, I remember that. Because in theory, that should get me some semblance of a shortcut. It'll be really annoying if I drop down and have to loop all the way around again, but I think I can actually interact with this stuff now. And I think I need to. Because I think I need to do something with that. I don't know what. So that obviously opens that door. And I move off it and it closes. Gotcha. So I somehow... have to line this stuff up. I am trying to think very carefully, Chad. Slidey puzzle that I can do quite wrong. So, right now, if I were to push that one this way, and then this way, and then all the way up to here, it would provide a blocker that is like 1 thick, but I would need it to be 2 thick before I could slide this one and have it like stop there. So far the way I'm trying to solve this is by like lining them up. It's like 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and I don't think that that's possible. So is there a way that I could get it to stop in the right place? Both times. So if I uncover this one and like lock that door, I don't know if that matters or not. But if I slide that one up, then I slide that one down and over, and then it has the potential to also go up, but that still only makes 2, but it puts it in a better place for... I think I can then cycle this one around again. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to talk it through. If I slide this one all the way up here, it'll stop here and then it'll just exist. And I slide this one down here, over here, so that it hits this one, and then up. And then because that first one will be here, it'll stop like here. But then if I go back to the first one and I push it this way, so that it then winds up here, and then down, and then over to where this one is, if I push it up again, the blocker will be one further down. And so I think that would work, and the issue with it is it does uncover this one, and so I won't be able to use that door. Which, like, I don't know that I need to if I have the upper door. But I don't know if that's the intended solution. But I do think it would work, so at least we'll try it. And then if it's wrong, we can run away. It's definitely gonna work. Okay, and we can just get back up here. So yep, that was fine. Clearly that was fine. I don't know if we need the lower door anymore, but I hope not. Oh. Ooh. Huh. If I go down there, can I get back up? I don't think I can get across that gap. That's probably where I'm supposed to go. Ha! Pretty sure I blocked his shot because I was holding my ball and chain. Oof. Do I climb through here? Do I hook shot through here? Where am I now? Interesting. Boop. Large ice floe. Oh, very nice. Once again, a shortcut where I can start hook-shotting. Ah, we have another chandelier game. Gotcha. I'm assuming that this is kind of similar to the Beyblade, and it is just not a thing that we really ever use again. Oh, right. I was too close to the edge. Ooh, a key! That is helpful. So I did that loop around just to get a key. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember where I've been. Poisoned artifact, thank you very much for redeeming seasonal candy. I will probably get to that in a minute as I am finishing my stream. You still have some maple cookies. That sounds delicious. Nom nom. Whoop. Right. These guys are alive again. Delightful. Okay, so this is where I'm supposed to go next. Uh-oh. Oop! Uh-oh. He definitely got me. That's a problem. How far does my ball and chain go? Not far enough. I hit him once. There we go. I need another cannonball, I am seeing. These guys are much less scary now that I have the ball and chain. They were kind of terrifying before. And I recognize this. I'm still confused. Am I supposed to bring the cannonball through here? So I did bring a cannonball up. I remember. That is not what I was expecting that shortcut to do. Which is interesting. Well, I do think it's fairly apparent that I need this for some reason. So, you know what? Onesie Lady did not mention most of this furniture stuff, so I really hope she's not mad at me. I mean, I was right that it shoots through there. That's very interesting. Oh, okay, we weren't supposed to go up there. That's fine. I just wanted to, though. Okay. Oh, the cannonballs actually show on my map. That's interesting. Oops. Pressed A a little too early. Yeah, that is where I thought I was gonna be. Claw shot target to let me move around. How nice. I pull the lever. I now have a cannonball. And I can put in the cannon. Is my target... Okay. I think my target is him. Because that won't help me. Huh. Well... Interesting. Those things are gonna be tricky. Okay, well that could have gone way worse. Interesting. Chat, there's an up, and I don't think I'm supposed to go there. That's the way that we were asked to go. I'm starting to get worried, chat, because we only we only have 2 rooms that we have not been in. This room looks cold. Oh, oh, I see. Oops. Okay, that's interesting. So the icicles turn into enemies. Well, such is life. Ooh. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Whoop! There's a bunch of them. Ouchies. Whoop. Ha! I destroyed him after he hurt me. That's funny. Okay, you dude. Oh, you can destroy the pews. Oopsies, I didn't mean to do the property damage. My bad. Phew, we finally found the key. That sure took a while, but that mirror shard is as good as ours. Okay. And so is now the time to notice what time it is. So, we have every chest. We have all but one room explored. And we unfortunately are gonna have to look at the chicken again. Sorry, everybody. Look away. Nice of them to drop in. Haha, you're funny. You've really been on it tonight, Poison Death Frog. Big key get! So we did finally get the key. I'm worried. I'm worried. Because I believe there is only a boss fight. And now the biggest problem is after this boss fight, I have to do the Sacred Grove. And that is the spider zone. And I have opinions about that. Okay, so I'm gonna look some things up and we're gonna see. But in theory, I should be here playing a little bit more. What an ice stream. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha. What an ice comet. Tap K Menzel in! Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'm intending to make a plan and then a backup plan. And then maybe a backup to the backup plan. And then I might do some banking. We'll see. But in theory, I should be streaming same time, same place next week. So I do stream Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So this is my time. If you feel like hanging out and watching me scream about spiders, that is probably going to happen next week. Thanks for stopping in, Kate. Is Spipey next? I believe so. I think that spiders are next. And I'm not very happy about it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you to those who wished me a happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you to the resubs and for the bits and just in general for being wonderful folks. So I'm not going to do a raid tonight. I'm feeling, oh, you guys are too sweet. I'm feeling a little bit bleh, so I am just gonna end stream. Mostly my leg really hurts, and that's okay. I'm gonna go ice it and put it up, and everything's gonna be fine. And I have been really enjoying this dungeon, so that's been quite nice. But the boss fight is about to happen, and I have a feeling that we're gonna be terrified and saddened by it, so be prepared for some emotional upheaval next week, I suppose, and possibly some arachnophobia triggers. So I would also not be offended if you didn't show up, is what I'm saying. But thank you for being here tonight and keeping me company. Thanks, Mexico. Thanks, Poison Darth Frog. Thanks, everybody. And as always, until I see you next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a wonderful rest of your week, and a wonderful weekend. You guys are great, and I hope you feel great and know that you're great. And as always, keep it cute. Bye, everybody.